Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today we're going to be breaking down the new trailer that just came out for Battlefield 4. There is a ridiculous amount of stuff jam-packed in this trailer. I am extremely excited to talk about it. And so to get things started, the gameplay you were seeing in the background is from the new map called Paracel Storm. It's going to feature pretty much every single type of gameplay. There is infantry combat, the new and improved naval combat, helicopters in there, jets, and what also appears to be maybe some land vehicles as well. So here we have the new and improved boats. If you guys have played Battlefield 3, you know that the naval combat in that game really isn't all that impressive. The boats that they have in there don't really stand up to much firepower, and the firepower that they do have at their disposal isn't all that impressive. But it looks like they are going to be getting an upgrade with a minigun at the end of it, which is basically taking what we have in the transport helicopters and just slapping that on the front of it. And if it's anything like the transport helicopters miniguns, it is going to do a lot of damage. If you're accurate in the transport helicopter with those bad boys, you will shred through enemy infantry. Like, they will drop almost instantaneously if you have good accuracy. And I have a feeling that on the end of these boats now, it is going to be a huge improvement. Now, as the trailer moves on, we get to one of my favorite moments in the video, and that is the attack boat combat. And more specifically, we now know that they get to use TV missiles. He basically just blows another attack boat into smithereens, like directly in front of him with the TV missile. But I can imagine you can take out enemy helicopters with this. You can take out probably the AC-130. I love the TV missile in Battlefield 3. It's one of my favorite things to use because it's very skillful, but also extremely satisfying when you're able to nail those shots. But not only that, in this image here, we also get to see a catastrophic kill bonus for 100 points. And people aren't really exactly sure what this means. He's getting a multi-kill in there, so people don't really think that it has to do with killing more than one player. It could just mean another, or be another term or word for destroying an enemy vehicle. So if you guys have any idea as to what a catastrophic kill bonus, it sounds awesome. I mean, it's 100 points, so it's got to be at least something good. Let everyone know down below in the comment section. I'm definitely curious as to what this could mean. Now, as we move along here, we get our first glimpse at some jet gameplay. It's very brief, and there really isn't a whole lot going on the screen, but what we can see is that he is using a 20mm weapon, and he is trying to take out what appears to be a scout helicopter. But what it leads to is something pretty amazing. Some of you may have heard that DICE is going to be adding in power weapons into Battlefield 4. They're basically going to be placed randomly around the map. They're going to spawn in, and if you come across them, you're going to be able to pick them up no matter what class you're playing as and take advantage of them. And the one we see here is a high-powered 50 caliber bolt action rifle, and it looks like it is going to do a lot of damage. It does have limited ammunition, and from what I understand, you can't replenish it from an ammo crate, and if you do die, you don't spawn in with it, so it's kind of a one-time use thing. But it looks like if you're able to take advantage of it, you are going to be able to do a number on the enemy team. The ones we see here, high-powered 50 caliber bolt action rifle, and as he kills his enemy, if we play it slowly enough, it looks like he doesn't get a headshot. And in the kill feed, it also says, if it's the same kind of kill feed system in Battlefield 3, that he doesn't get a headshot as well. So this looks like this weapon does so much damage that even though he is this far away from the target, that even if he's hitting him in the body, maybe it's just an upper chest shot, I don't know at this point, but it looks like he doesn't need to get a headshot at range with this gun, which is insane. It also looks like it comes with a rangefinder and a zeroing out attachment, which is essentially going to make it easier for you to take out those really, really long ball targets. So essentially, if you get good with this weapon and you pick it up and your accuracy is at least decent, you're going to be able to just destroy people on the battlefield. We also get a look at some Levolution featured on the map as well, which comes in the form of taking out a bridge. This was in past Battlefield games. It was in Battlefield 2 and in Bad Company 2, but I can't tell you how satisfying it is to take out a bunch of tanks or a bunch of infantry on top of the bridge, not by blowing them up with C4, but literally taking the bridge down and having them plummet to their death. It's really cool. But along the same lines of Levolution, we finally get to see dynamic weather in action. You guys probably noticed at the beginning of the video that the map itself is pristine weather conditions. It's crystal clear water, blue sky. It's literally like you're on a family vacation in the Bahamas. But as the match progresses, it looks like this storm is going to roll in and completely change the dynamic of the map. Huge waves are going to be the result of the storm rolling in, and you can use those to your advantage. You can launch off them. They even showcase that in the gameplay where a jet ski just gets gigantic air. It's awesome. And so it's awesome to see that Levolution just isn't about taking down buildings and mass destruction, but it's also about the environment itself and how that's also going to affect the gameplay. Obliteration is a new game mode that DICE is going to be adding into Battlefield 4, and it's kind of a modified version of Capture the Flag, where instead of having 2 flags in your base, there's going to be 1 flag on the map, and it's going to be spawning randomly, and this flag is actually a bomb. And the objective of it is to take the bomb to the enemy team's base to detonate it. And what we see here in this screenshot is that gameplay in action, where a soldier is trying to take down an enemy team's boat with his minigun, who does have the bomb. And on the far left-hand side of the screen, we can see 3 shield icons. And these are the 3 different bases that you're trying to defend if the enemy is trying to blow you up. And what this means is that there isn't going to be just one point that you can hunker down and try to defend throughout the entire match. Like you actually have to participate and kind of see where the bomb is progressing, and you can kind of pick and choose which defense or which attack route you want to take. So if one is heavily fortified, we'll just swoop on over to the far left one instead and plant it there. So it's really going to mix up the gameplay, and I cannot wait to see how this plays out. Now, as we near the end of the trailer, we get some combat on top of what appears to be some sort of ruined battleship. And what's cool about this clip here is that if you look on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that this is actually a capture point. And what makes this even more interesting is that I believe that once the storm rolls in, once the weather starts to pick up and waves start to go all over the place, this actually will cause the ship to slam on into one of the islands, changing up the map and how it plays out. So no longer will it be out in the ocean where you have to capture it either by boat or by one of the helicopters, but now since it's literally on one of the islands, you can get over there a little bit more easily with one of the infantry, which is just another great example of how Levolution is changing the dynamics of the maps. So overall, this was a fantastic trailer, and it was jam-packed full of information. I know I didn't cover everything because there are so many small details on in there, so if I did miss something, let everyone know down below in the comment section. You guys are a great community, and I know that you guys are picking everything out here and there, so let everyone know down below. But that is about it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this analysis and conversation, but until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.